Hey guys, it's me Betty and welcome back to Betty's Books. Today I will be showing you what I got in Oxford when I went to Oxford between Christmas and New Year in that really weird time where just time doesn't happen. I got a jumper, yeah, and I know this is like a month after I went, but I'm trying to do a little bit of a catch up before I start filming stuff for 2024 in 2024. So yeah, if you like this video and you like my whole channel, maybe you want to check out my Instagram, which is at Betty's Books 10, where I post lots of book stuff. And the cat has left. Come in. Anyway, let's get started. So guys, the first bookshop I went to was Blackwell's, which, for anyone who was wondering, is in the Westgate Shopping Centre in Oxford. This bookshop was surprisingly large, but I couldn't complain, and the Christmas lights were really pretty, as you can see. I bought 5 books in Blackwell's, and I'm about to show you them now. First book to kick off this haul, we have got Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. I don't know which one's the British pronunciation, if it's Rick Riordan or Rick Riordan, but Riordan sounds more British in my opinion, so I'm just going to say Riordan. So this is Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, the second book in Percy Jackson and the Olympians, and I've already read this and I rated it 4 stars, if I remember correctly, which I probably don't, but I think I rated it 4 stars. It's quite short, it's 265 pages, and I'm going to read you the blurb. Actually, I've started a new rule. If a book is like not the first one in the series, I'm not going to read the blurb because it could be spoilers. And this is a spoiler-free channel, so I will not be reading the blurb. If you really want to know, Google it. Next book I got is Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. Ali Hazelwood, she is most famous for writing The Love Hypothesis, which is an... Are you stuck? Hi! Are you stuck? Oh, no, she's trying to eat me. Okay, she's not stuck. But this is a chess young adult romance. And I'm very excited to read it, because I'm entering a bit of a romance phase at the end of last year. I read Only for the Holidays by Abiola Bello, and it was really good. And that was like my first romance book. So this year, 2024, it's going to be a romancy year for me. I'm going to read you the blurb now. Mallory Greenleaf is done with chess. So done. Every move counts nowadays after the sport led to the destruction of her family 4 years earlier. Mallory's focus is on her mum, her sisters, and the dead-end job that keeps the lights on. That is, until she begrudgingly agrees to play in one last charity tournament, and inadvertently wipes the board with notorious king killer Nolan Sawyer, current world champion and reigning bad boy of chess. Nolan's loss to an unknown rookie shocks everyone. What's even more confusing? His desire to cross pawns again. What kind of gambit is Nolan playing? The smart move would be to walk away, resign, game over. But Mallory's victory opens the door to sorely needed cash prizes, and despite everything, she can't help feeling drawn to the enigmatic strategist. As she rockets up the ranks, Mallory struggles to keep her family safely separated from the game that wrecked it in the first place. And as her love for the sport she so desperately wanted to hate begins to rekindle, Mallory quickly realises that the games aren't only on the board, the spotlight is brighter than she imagined, and the competition can be fiercely attractive and intelligent and infuriating. So I'm very excited to read this one. This is Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. And next, another one that I've already read. I'm trying to make sure you can't see it, but you probably can. So next I got Legendary by Stephanie Garber. This is the second book in the Caraval series, and I think I gave this 4.5 stars, because it wasn't perfect, but it was close to perfect. And this is the 5th anniversary edition, which I thought was very pretty, so I bought it. I don't have the normal one yet. But I'm not going to read you the blurb to this one because it's the second one and it'll spoil the end of the first one. So I'm not going to read you the blurb, but 4.5 stars, would highly recommend, and would highly recommend the whole series. Now, the penultimate book from Blackwell's is, oh, that's cool, Shatter Me by Tahara Murphy, I think. Yeah, I'm a bit bad with all the last names, so I'm really sorry if I get these wrong. Yeah, this is a very, very, very popular series, like very. And I'm planning on starting to do this thing on my channel where like I read famous series for videos. Like, for example, I'll do like reading the Harry Potter series, reading the Percy Jackson series, reading Shatter Me series. And yeah, nice big font. And I'm gonna read you the blurb now. A fragile teenage girl is held captive, locked in a cell by the re-establishment, a harsh dictatorship in charge of a crumbling world. But Juliet is no ordinary teenager. One touch from her can kill. The re-establishment wants to use her as a weapon, but Juliet has other plans. After a lifetime without freedom, she's finally discovered the strength to fight back, and to find a future with the one person she thought she'd lost forever. Yeah, this like sounds really, really, really good. And it's really, really, really famous. So hopefully that adds up to it being really, really good. So that's Shatter Me by Tahara Murphy. Last one from Blackwell's. This is a very famous one. Me and my friend were actually texting about this earlier. And this is The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. I don't know why. This is like the only like film or TV show tie-in cover that I actually like. Like, I really like these covers. I think they're really pretty. Because it's like, it's not like, oh, just like a person there. It's like little people. So yeah, this is a series on Prime. And my friend and I, so she's read the whole series. We were texting about this earlier and she said that the second one's really, really sad. So I don't know if I'm ready to start this series yet. But yeah, you know, so it's like 276 pages, I think. And I find it really weird that the shortest books I've bought, yeah, both have orange spines. I know it sounds really weird that I find it really weird, but I find it, like, look at that. They're like little orange, like Oompa Loompas. Anyway, moving on. Oh, wrong book. Anyway, moving on. I'm going to read you the blurb for this now. Belly measures her life in summers. Everything good, everything magical happens when she heads to the beach house. It's got a swimming pool, a private beach, and Jeremiah and Conrad. Belly has known the boys since her very first summer. They've been her brother figures, her crushes, and everything in between. And everything that happened the past summer and every summer before it has all led up to this, to now. It's going to be an amazing summer, one none of them will ever forget. Hopefully I won't forget it either. So this is The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. And she wrote To All the Boys I Loved Before, which is a film series on Netflix. Yeah. Next I went to the Cupboard Market, which is exactly how it sounds. It's a market with a roof with more amazing Christmas lights. And it was great. Here's my pigeon friend that I made. And the shop I went to was called Gulp Fiction, where if you buy a book, you get a free coffee. And I bought 2 books there, and I'm going to show you them right now. So, in my last video, I said, do I need to read The Hobbit before I read Lord of the Rings? And I don't think I've gotten any replies as I'm filming this video. So, yeah. But I got The Hobbit. So now, if you say, oh, you've got to read The Hobbit first, now I can do that. Basically. And I don't think this book really needs an introduction, but I'm going to read the blurb anyway. Bilbo Baggins is a hobbit who enjoys a comfortable, unambitious life, rarely travelling further than the pantry of his hobbit hole in Bag End. But his contentment is disturbed when the wizard, Gandalf, and a company of 13 dwarves arrive on his doorstep one day to whisk him away on a journey there and back again. They have a plot to raid the treasure hoard of Smaug? I'm going to go with Smaug. Of Smaug the Magnificent, a large and very dangerous dragon. So yeah, this is like classic fantasy. Lots of fantasy books based off of this fantasy. And I can't wait to read it. Comment down below if I need to read The Hobbit first or if I don't, basically. So that was The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. And then the next one has caused so much controversy in my head. This is Atalanta by Jennifer Saint. And basically, I've watched YouTube videos with this in, right? And they were saying Atalanta, and that's the actual title of the book. But I was thinking, no, it's not. It's Atlanta. But then I got it, and it's Atalanta. So my brain's trying to, like, understand that and get used to that. But anyway, so I have read Ariadne by Jennifer Saint, and it was so good. And I have Electra. I haven't read Electra yet, and now I have this, and I haven't read this yet. But she's got her new book, Hera, coming out in May, I think. So I've got to get this and Electra done before that happens. So I'm going to read you the blurb to this. When a daughter is born to the king of Arcadia, she brings only disappointment. Left exposed on a mountainside, the defenceless infant Atalanta is left to the mercy of a passing mother bear and raised alongside the cubs, under the protective eye of the goddess Artemis. Swearing that she will prove her worth alongside the famed heroes of Greece, Atalanta leaves her forest to join Jason's band of Argonauts. But can she carve out her own place in legends in a world made for men? I don't know. I haven't read it yet. So that was Atalanta by Jennifer Saint. The third and final shop I went to was Waterstones, because what kind of trip would be completed without going to Waterstones? I went there at night, which I don't know, I've never been book shopping at night before, but it was really cool. I bought 6 books, and I'm going to show you them right now. So, first off, I bought Finale by Stephanie Garber, the third and final book in the Caraval trilogy. And this was 5 stars. 5 stars all the way. Amazing, beautiful, fabulous. And I'm not going to read you the blurb because I had to avoid reading the blurb for this before I read Legendary because it spoils that much, basically. Yeah, so this was 5 stars, an absolute banger, an absolute amazing book. And I'd highly recommend this whole entire series, and I can't wait to start reading Once Upon a Broken Heart. Yay. And next, this is what I have left, the bottom bit, that's what I have left. And I'm listening to this on audiobook, and this is like the first book that I've listened to on audiobook. And I'm absolutely loving audiobooks right now. And this is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. He wrote The Martian. So if you've seen that film, you know, the one with Matt Damon, right, where he's on Mars, basically. That's this dude. And this is a very sciencey book, so I've got to be in like focus mode when I'm listening to it on audio. But like, it's really good on audio. The dude who narrates it does all of like the accents and stuff, and it is great. And I think I've gotten better at accents just from listening to it. But you know, so this is Project Hail Mary. Really good, would highly recommend, unless of course that changes, unless the end really disappoints me, which I don't think it will. I'm going to read you the blurb. Ooh. Barack Obama picks a book of the year? Because this is a Barack Obama book of the year. That's awesome. That's quite an achievement to have a former US president be like, oh yeah, I love this book. Anyway. A lone astronaut, an impossible mission, an ally he never imagined. Ryland Grace is the sole survivor on a desperate last chance mission, and if he fails, humanity and the Earth itself will perish. But right now, he doesn't know that. All he knows is that he's been asleep for a very, very long time, and he's just woken to find himself hurtling through space, millions of miles from home. As you do. It's up to him to puzzle out an impossible scientific mystery, and he's got to do it all alone. Or does he? So yeah, I would highly recommend this to anyone who like wants to get into sci-fi or loves sci-fi or loves science, you know, because it's like lots of like sciencey stuff. So that's Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Next, very different from the last book I just showed you, is another romance book. Another romance book. This is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I've heard some people say that they really don't like this cover. I really like it. I like the way all the colours go together, and I love the bumpy text because the text is bumpy, and I like the bumpy text. I love bumpy text. Yeah, look. I like how it looks on the inside of the book as well. Anyway, so this is Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston, and oh yeah, a little bit of a warning for you guys. Whenever it says like this, I find this blurb quite cheesy. Like, in like the way it's written. So if I say anything in like a weird voice, that's how I read it in my head, so that's how I'm going to read it to you guys, so you know, comedy. So here's the blurb. Florence Day is a ghostwriter with one big problem. She's supposed to be penning swoon-worthy novels for a famous romance author, but after a bad breakup, Florence no longer believes in love. And when her strict but undeniably hot new editor, Benji Andor, refuses to give her an extension on her book deadline, Florence prepares to kiss her career goodbye. When tragedy strikes and Florence has to head home, the last thing she expects to see is a ghost at her front door. Not just any ghost, however, but the stern form of her still very hot, yet now unquestionably dead, new editor. As sparks start to fly between them, Florence tells herself she can't be falling for a ghost, even an infuriatingly sexy one. But can Benji help Florence to realise love isn't dead after all? Love isn't dead, but he is. That's basically what I got from this. Yeah, this sounds really good. And it sounds like sounds like magical realism, that's what it's called. Because like she can see ghosts, but I don't think there's any like, oh, she can see ghosts because of this. She sees a ghost, she falls in love with a ghost. I think that's basically it. So that's The Dead Romantics by Ashley Postone. Right, we're on to the final 3. Whoa! And this one I have already read and I've rated it 5 stars. All the way. And this is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. This is high school drama, romance. Yes, the banter in this book is so good. The drama in this book is so good. Everything about this book, the characters, the plot, everything. So good. Highly recommend to everyone. And like, yeah, okay, so her last name, right, is, I'm going to put it on the screen, because I don't know how to say it, but I'm going to say Buxbaum. And I know that doesn't sound right, but I don't know what does sound right, so that's what I'm going for. So I'm going to read you the blurb now. Liz Buxbaum has always known that Wes Bennett was not boyfriend material. You would think that her next-door neighbour would be a prime candidate for her romantic comedy fantasies, but Wes has only proven himself to be a pain in the butt ever since they were little. Wes was the kid who put a frog in her Barbie dream house, the monster who hid a Lord Gnome's severed head in her little homemade neighbourhood book exchange. Flash forward 10 years from the Great Gnome decapitation. It's Liz's senior year, a time meant to be rife with milestones perfect for any big screen, and she needs Wes's help. You see, Liz's forever crush, Michael, has just moved back to town, and horribly, annoyingly, he's hitting it off with Wes. Meaning that if Liz wants Michael to finally notice her and hopefully be her prom date, she needs Wes. He's her in. But as Liz and Wes scheme to get Liz her magical prom moment, she's shocked to discover that she actually likes being around Wes. And as they continue to grow closer, she must re-examine everything she thought she knew about love and rethink her own perception of what happily ever after should really look like. It's as good as it sounds, really. That's all I have to say. Read it. My message to you, read it. So, we're on to the final 2, which I got in a buy one get one half price deal. Of course, you know me, cheap as chips. This is Thieves' Gambit by Kavion Lewis, and I think this is a series, but I haven't seen it like anywhere before. I just saw it and I was like, oh, what's this? And I picked it up and I read the back and I was like, oh, this sounds good, I'll buy it. And it's also got sprayed edges. Wit woo. And I'm going to read you the blurb now because I don't really know how to explain this because I've obviously not seen it anywhere on like Bookstagram or anything before. Yeah. Rosalind Quest was raised by a legendary family of thieves with one rule: trust no one. She plans to escape the glamorous world of heists and double crosses when a kidnapping leaves her mother's life hanging in the balance. In a desperate bid to save her family, Ross enters the Thieves' Gambit, a cutthroat international competition to crown the world's greatest thief. To win, she must outwit her backstabbing competitors, including her longtime arch nemesis. But can she steal victory from the handsome boy who makes a play for her heart, and who might be hiding the most dangerous secret of all? So this, to me, this is how I would explain this plot in my own words, and I haven't even read it yet. So the Hunger Games, but the capital takes Prim instead of just letting her stay in District 12. And it's like, Katniss, you gotta enter this competition or else you're never seeing Prim again. That's what I think this is going to be, but I have no idea if that's true or not. That's just my assumption from the blurb. But anyway, that is Thieves' Gambit by Kavion Lewis. Yeah. Right. We're on to the final book. The very, very, very last book. And this is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I'm so excited to read this. And can I just take a minute to appreciate the font and the cover? And on my bookshelf, this looks so nice because it's so like crisp. This is one of the thicker books that I bought, and like I think the 3 thick books I bought are Powerless, Project Hail Mary, and Finale. And I'm really excited to read this one, so I'm going to read you the blurb now. Only the extraordinary belong in the kingdom of Ilya. The elites have possessed powers for decades, gifted to them by the plague, while those born ordinary are just that, banished from the kingdom of Ilya and shunned from society. No one knows this better than Paden Grey, an ordinary posing as a psychic to blend in with the elites. When she unsuspectingly saves one of Ilya's princes, Kai Azar, she's thrown into the Purging Trials, a brutal competition showcasing the elite's powers. If the trials and the opponents within them don't kill her, the prince she's fighting feelings for will, if he discovers what Paden is. Completely ordinary. Again, this sounds really good as well. And look at, like, let's find one. Look at the chapter design. That's so good. That's really cool. I just love the way this book is designed. And look at the map. Whoa. Sorry, I'm going to stop fangirling over this colour. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe check out my Instagram, which is at Betty'sBooks10. All of the bookish stuff that can't go on YouTube, like, for example, photos. Photos of books that you can't post on YouTube, because you can't post those on YouTube, as far as I'm concerned. If I can, please someone tell me. I post, like, photos of books, like, that's about it, photos of books, but, like, lots of them. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day, week, month, year, however long it is until I next see you. Have a great time then. Bye for now.